Amp Ascension Stage 2, here we go. The challenge. Right, we're at Dubai Autodrome. Your last race in Evija X made a lot of heads turn. Alright, Lotus is super excited. Testing the car on various tracks and facing off against some familiar folk in some head-to-head races. Head-to-heads are generally pretty straightforward. Who are the drivers? They'll introduce themselves right before you have to race. I have a feeling Magnus is going to show up at some point. I mean, why not, right? Alright, so average speed challenge. Alright. That's a very funny, okay. I guess kilometers per hour. kmph, I'm thinking like. Since when did we put kilometers, meters in the... Okay, never mind. I was like, kilomiles per hour. you see my point there. Place at least 8th position. So I'm assuming we have quite a full grid. All right, let's find out. Oh, okay, it's not that full of a grid. So average speed, what was it, 200 something or other? Yeah. Alright, so we got a lead lap starting like 1/3 way in at the exit of sort of an oval section of the circuit. How good are your brakes? Apparently not that good. Alright. Is that Taycan? I think it may be. Alright. P8 should be pretty straightforward. So this car, I guess you should drive it like your normal race cars, not like IDR, nowhere near. Even though the ginormous spoiler may suggest otherwise, but yeah, not all ginormous spoilers are made the same. What do you know? Because it looks like proportionally, maybe the IDR does have larger spoiler, but this one looks pretty big in, you know, like proportion to the body of the car. But we don't care. It's very Bumblebee, isn't it? Black and yellow. Alright. That's a pretty good braking point. So yeah, it's have to drive it like not like IDR. Yeah, that's one of a kind. More just normal balanced grip cars. And not like Evija either. I guess in that sense, it is different. I mean, it should be, right? Because otherwise it'd just be like, you know, if the driving experience is the same as Evija, then why do we have the prototype version on top of it, right? So, makes sense. We'll have to... I mean, my Evija is fully maxed out, so I cannot really do like spec per spec comparison right now because one's maxed out, the other one obviously isn't. So that's not a fair comparison, but at some point, maybe that is something to consider. All right, so 8th place requested, 8th place delivered, and yeah, we have a Taycan Turbo GT, the new version, Rimac Navira, a couple of those in the grid, regular road version Evija, Mission R. Cool. It's always nice to see a variety of cars in the grid. So It would be nice. I know it kind of goes against the name exclusive in exclusive series, but if we get you know, other cars to race in the exclusive series, I don't know, then you have to wonder, like, why is this called exclusive series? Because you're racing this one car exclusively, you know? Like, come on. All right, second goal, fastest lap. All right, let's see how we fare here. We got 2 laps to do it. So first lap, we'll get to see what the others are doing. There are only 6 cars in the grid. So we're starting at the end. So if you want to see what others are doing, you can just wait a lap and see the other car's record, and then, you know, hop in the more or less empty circuit. But where's fun in that? Here we go. We're gonna finish in P1 anyway, because we kind of have to. Fastest lap. I might have braked. Yeah, I broke. I stepped on the brake a little too early there, thinking it was driving like Evija, but we can essentially brake later in this car than Evija, thanks to I'm assuming better braking performance and better suspension. Oh, hello. We got a fellow Evija X racer, the name of JKR. There we go, by that left-hand side banner. I guess you need to brake a little bit earlier than when you see that banner. That sounds about right. Nice. And all right. There's my first place. What's your lap time, buddy? Or are they not going to show us? Oh yeah, they posted something I cannot see. White against yellow. Who comes up with these color schemes? Alright, I think I have like 18-second lead on the others. So obviously that puts me in P1. So as long as LOL does not break my record, which I highly doubt it can. I mean, closing 18-second gap, highly unlikely, considering we're all running a rolling start more or less, and it's just I know, just an Evija, the road version, right? Street legal, or something close to it. Alright. Well, that was fun, but time to wrap up this race. I don't even remember what my lap time was. But this one's definitely going to be slower than my last lap, since I was just kind of, you know, taking my time, since I already secured a first place. There we go. Skid through the finish line. Because we can. Alright. Minute 22 and change for the fastest lap. So I think that was the obvious, that must have been the first one. Yeah. At least 16-second gap. Right. Ooh, there were 2 other Evija X's in the grid. What do you know? All right. 2 goals down, 2 more to wrap up this stage. Looking at lap time now, can you finish the lap within minute 35? I think we just did, but okay, we'll do it again. No off track, so we already know. We don't have to push that hard. But are we doing a standing start though? But with the electric motors, you don't, I mean, it accelerates pretty quick, so I don't think we're gonna have that large of a gap between standing start versus rolling start. But if you have an issue, I think you can go backwards, right? That does not count against your time, right? Right, so you can technically make it into a rolling start. Not that you have to, but just to show you that it is an option. Then obviously, when you start the lap, you have a higher speed that you're carrying into the lap, right? So it gives you a little bit of an edge if you need it. But I highly doubt that most of us, I think we can probably do it without. Now, if you're racing with all the assists on, then it tends to slow you down quite a bit because it's trying to keep your car on the track as primary goal. So when you're pushing kind of close to the limit, you know, you're not gonna quite get the same kind of performance out of the car as you would without the assists on. So generally, you know, if you ask any of the top racers in the game, they will all tell you in common that yeah, no assists and no traction control, because all they do is slow you down. But when you're learning how to drive, it's not a bad thing to have on. So yep, plenty of time to spare. There we go. Right. $600 fame points. All right. Minute 23. Good 6 seconds and change to spare. Let's continue on. 3 goals down, 1 more to go. And Michael's got a message. Good to be back behind the wheel. Oh, okay, I guess Michael is our first opponent to beat in head-to-head. No off track, no damage. Just beat him. Finish him. Head-to-head. So, oh, rolling start. And where is Michael? Apparently nowhere to be found is where he is. That's not fair. Yeah, I think we'll catch up. Obviously, we kind of have to. We have no option. So the breaking point, around where the banners on the left side ends, right? And, oh. What are you driving, Michael? That was not a Lotus he's racing. Are you driving Hennessy? Or is that a... I can't see, I'm going blind. Oh no, that is Evija. Yeah, okay. Yellow on yellow, I couldn't tell. And yes, when I see bright yellow car, I think like F5 is what pops in my head automatically. But no, it's just the Evija. Just couldn't see that the wind channel on the back, because it was yellow on yellow, kind of hard to see, you know. compared to this like black on yellow, high contrast, you know. Oh, stay on track. All right. Easy finish for stage 2, as you might expect. And by the way, even if you cannot afford all the upgrades, if you're running with racing dollars upgrades only, you should be able to, I think, you can definitely do the first tier because there's no PR requirement there. But stage 2, I think you can do 91.3. Can you do that? Let me check real quick. Evija X. Yeah, racing dollar upgrades alone, it gets your PR up to 92.5. So 91.3 here, definitely a doable task. Stage 3, that's coming up next. However, you're gonna be just you're gonna fall a little short of what's required. So that's when you have to start putting gold upgrades on, which means it's generally not worth if you're doing partial event to put any gold upgrades, because you know you're not going to be able to win the car, you know. But in my case, I already have all the upgrades necessary for the entire event, so no worries in that department. Just need to make my way through before the timer expires. That is the 5-day timer. All right, so 1,000 victory points, 10 gold, and 25,000 racing dollars, and this will get me to the racer's choice. There we go. Which is kind of worthless bonus for me, but for some of you guys, maybe it's worthwhile. All right, that was close. Was it though, Michael? Still on the top of your game, indeed. And where are we headed to? Australia. So Mount Panorama. Oh, Austria. Right. We're staying in, or we're heading to Europe, not staying in Europe. We're in Middle East. All right. Red Bull Ring. We'll see you guys there in stage 3 playthrough. So stay tuned and catch you there.